Hello. Thank you for your understanding and welcome everyone.
Joseph Mudolo, a Zambian businessman and presidential hopeful under the Patriotic Front (PF) banner, has made a bold claim that Zambia can generate up to $15 billion in revenue without resorting to external borrowing. Speaking during a recent online engagement, Mudolo emphasized that the country possesses untapped mineral wealth and natural resources that, if properly managed and monetized, could provide a sustainable financial foundation for national development. He argued that Zambia is metaphorically sitting on a gold mine and that the key to unlocking this potential lies in strategic resource management, transparent governance, and the establishment of a sovereign wealth fund. According to Mudolo, such a fund would serve as a mechanism to collect, invest, and reinvest proceeds from the country's vast mineral deposits, particularly copper and other high-demand commodities, thereby reducing dependence on international lenders such as the International Monetary Fund or World Bank. Mudolo's proposition comes at a time when Zambia is grappling with a complex debt restructuring process and seeking to stabilize its economy following years of fiscal pressure. His assertion challenges the prevailing narrative that external borrowing is the only viable path to economic recovery. Instead, he advocates for a homegrown solution rooted in resource nationalism and economic sovereignty. He believes that with the right leadership and policy direction, Zambia can harness its natural endowment to fund infrastructure, education, healthcare, and industrialization without accumulating further debt. This vision aligns with broader continental debates about the role of African resources in financing development and the need to renegotiate the terms of engagement with global financial institutions. Critics may question the feasibility of Mudolo's plan, pointing to historical challenges in resource governance, corruption, and the volatility of commodity markets. However, his proposal taps into a growing sentiment among Zambians and other Africans who are increasingly skeptical of debt-driven development models. By proposing a shift toward internal capital generation, Mudolo positions himself as a reformist voice within the PF, aiming to restore public trust and economic confidence. His emphasis on transparency and institutional reform suggests a broader agenda that goes beyond mere rhetoric. If implemented effectively, such a strategy could not only reduce Zambia's debt burden, but also stimulate job creation, attract responsible investment, and foster inclusive growth. While the specifics of how the $15 billion would be raised remain to be detailed, Mudolo's intervention has sparked renewed debate about Zambia's economic future and the role of political leadership in shaping it. His message resonates with citizens who are eager for alternatives to austerity and external dependency. As the PF prepares for internal leadership contests and the broader political landscape evolves, Mudolo's economic vision may become a central theme in Zambia's policy discourse. Whether his ideas gain traction will depend on his ability to translate ambition into actionable policy and to convince both party members and the electorate that a debt-free development path is not only desirable but achievable.
And on the second topic, Zambia has unveiled an ambitious national strategy aimed at tripling its annual copper production to 3 million metric tons by the year 2032, a move that signals the country's intent to reclaim its position as a global mining powerhouse. This long-term vision, championed by the government and supported by key industry stakeholders, is rooted in the belief that copper will remain a critical mineral in the global energy transition, particularly in the shift toward electric vehicles and renewable energy infrastructure. Currently producing just under 800,000 tons annually, Zambia's mining sector has faced a decade of stagnation due to regulatory uncertainty, aging infrastructure, and underinvestment. The new roadmap seeks to reverse this trend by fostering a more stable investment climate, streamlining licensing procedures, and encouraging both local and foreign capital to flow into the sector. At the heart of this strategy is the revival and expansion of key mining operations, including the Kontola and Mopani copper mines, which have long been central to Zambia's mining identity. The government has taken steps to resolve ownership disputes and operational inefficiencies that have plagued these assets in recent years. In parallel, new exploration licenses are being issued to unlock untapped reserves, particularly in the Copperbelt and northwestern provinces, where geological surveys suggest significant potential. The administration has also committed to improving infrastructure, including roads, power supply, and rail networks, to support the logistical demands of increased production. These efforts are complemented by fiscal reforms designed to make Zambia more competitive on the global mining stage, including adjustments to mineral royalty taxes and export duties. Analysts view this production target as both bold and plausible, provided that the enabling environment continues to improve. Achieving 3 million tons annually would place Zambia among the top 3 copper producers globally, alongside Chile and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Such a leap would not only boost export revenues and foreign exchange reserves, but also create thousands of jobs and stimulate local economies. However, experts caution that success hinges on consistent policy implementation, transparent governance, and the ability to attract long-term investment in a competitive global market. The government's willingness to engage with mining companies and civil society groups has been welcomed as a sign of a more inclusive approach to resource governance. In the broader context of Africa's mineral wealth, Zambia's strategy could serve as a model for other resource-rich nations seeking to leverage their commodities for sustainable development. The emphasis on value addition, such as local smelting and refining, also aligns with continental goals of industrialization and economic diversification. As the world's demand for copper intensifies, particularly in green technologies, Zambia's proactive stance positions it to benefit from favorable market dynamics. Yet, the road to 2032 will require not only investment and infrastructure, but also resilience, innovation, and a commitment to equitable growth. The coming years will test the country's ability to translate vision into reality, but the foundations are being laid for a copper-led renaissance that could redefine Zambia's economic future.